Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is doing great and enjoying this festive season, which happens to be in the last week of December, as always. So this is my first fragrance review ever. I've never done a fragrance review. Reason why I'm doing this is because I tried to search um, the review for this fragrance on YouTube a while back, but I was not able to find one. I think it's a very unique fragrance. It won't be in too many people's arsenal. So I was thinking that once I get a hold of this fragrance, I'm gonna smell it. I'm gonna try it on my skin, and then if I like it, I would definitely share my views and my opinions with you people about this fragrance from the company called Montale, owned by the French perfumer Pierre Montale. And the fragrance that I'm gonna be talking about today is Aoud Night. So here's a bottle of the fragrance, and you can see there is the sprayer is golden. There is this regular Montal pen. You'll have to pluck it out if you want to spray it, and then you can put it back again. I really like this gold black shade. I think this is evocative of an evening that is falling, or that is turning into a dark night. So this is the evening part, and this is as the night falls. This is just how I imagine this gradient to be. Okay, so without beating about the bush, I'll jump straight into the notes of this fragrance, and the notes are as follows. So the top is made up of agarwood. There is fruity notes. There is bergamot. There is Sicilian lemon, and that's it. In the middle, they claim that there is rose, and then there is Indonesian patchouli leaf. The base notes are leather, sandalwood, Guaiac wood, amber, and white musk. So let's see if these indeed are the notes that my nose picks up. So all opinions, whatever I share about this fragrance, is from my own experience, because a lot of people complain that they cannot pick up a few notes that are, although they are listed for a fragrance, their nose just doesn't seem to pick them up. It's only because the raw ingredients, or the raw materials, or the chemicals, or the esters, or like whatever compounds are used in a fragrance, in a specific fragrance, your skin chemistry is designed. It is so unique that it's going to interact with those raw materials or with those compounds in a very unique way. And as your skin interacts with those chemicals, every nose, of course, every person is going to detect something different or something unique to them about that particular fragrance. Okay, for example, if I smell a fragrance that is supposed to have leather or and oud in it, there's always a chance that my nose would never pick up any leather. And then there could be a person, when they smell that fragrance, they might pick up oud only, and their nose might be completely insensitive to oud. So like, you have to let a fragrance melt into your skin. You have to let a fragrance, giving time to a fragrance is so key when it comes to perfumery. And you cannot really build a decision about any specific fragrance unless you have given it a complete wearing throughout the day. You can wear it on your skin, you can wear it on your clothes, and only after the day passes, like after it interacts, it plays around with your skin, uh, are you supposed to make a decision about it. Because so many people, they spray a fragrance on their skin, dig their nose into it, they don't like it, and then they just throw it away. This is of course not the ideal way to you know to um to make your opinion about any particular fragrance. Okay, so let's talk about this fragrance. What do I smell? Okay, so I smelled this fragrance on my arm about 20-25 minutes ago, and right off the bat, as soon as this fragrance opened, what I detected was very smooth spices. So as listed, I couldn't detect any fruity notes, I couldn't detect any bergamot. I only detected spices, and I think those spices could well be a combination of oud and lemon that are of course listed as two of the top notes. So there you go. even though there is no spices listed as one of the top notes, my nose is detecting spices. But those spices are not sharp, they are not too rugged, they're not too dry, they're very smooth, and they're very and they're also quite woody. So I think it's you can literally think of those spices as laying on a bed of oud, and then that is, presented to you. After a while, after a few minutes after this fragrance develops, what I detected was a very sensual, very well crafted, and very well put together Moroccan rose. Well, rose is rose. There is so many different kinds of roses available today. There is the Moroccan rose, there is the Egyptian rose, there is Damascus rose, and there is Bulgarian rose. But I do detect a very neatly crafted rose in there, and that rose can never go unnoticed when it comes to Montale, because Montale is very well known for using oud and rose together. I think I think one of the sole reasons why Montale fragrances are so perfectly unisex is because of the art with which they put two very polarizing notes together. One note is oud, which is so masculine, and the other note is rose, which is predominantly feminine. And the way they merge, or they they put these two notes together is indeed phenomenal. And this is why excuse me, and I think this is literally what makes their fragrances perfectly unisex and to be worn by a person of any gender. Okay, so rose is what you will definitely get in the heart. Patchouli, I'm not very sure. I think there is patchouli in there, but at least I do not detect it for like 30-40 minutes of the development of this fragrance. So once this fragrance settles down, once it has dried, once the top notes have gone off, and the heart begins to disappear, well, the rose is never going to leave this fragrance. The rose is going to stick to this fragrance throughout its course, and that is what is very common to literally all Montale fragrances, that you always have different notes that are stuck to the backbone of oud and rose, right? And those notes could be light notes like citruses, fruity notes, florals. And then once you get into the base of this fragrance, that oud and rose, they're going to switch their top notes with their base notes. And in the base, you have a very sensual, you have a very smooth and a very well-rounded amber. So the base is when this fragrance turns from a very dry, or a rather dry fragrance, into a somewhat sweeter fragrance. So it is literally like you were wearing one fragrance 30 minutes before, and 30 minutes later you have changed your fragrance. So see, this is what I really love about Montale and Mancera, that their fragrances are so very non-linear. Like it's not like you put this fragrance and even after 12 hours you say this, you can smell the same fragrance. It's not like that. The notes in Montale and Mancera, they literally jump on your skin like like friggin' kangaroos. One note goes, the other one comes in, that disappears, and then the next one comes in, and like maybe 30 minutes later, a note that might have been like gone for too long, it might reappear. Okay, so in the base you will get a very nicely crafted amber, and that amber is very well rounded by two different kinds of wood that I can detect. One is sandalwood and the other one is Guaiac wood. Leather, I cannot pick up any leather in a space, because my nose, I think, it's very sensitive to leather. I can literally detect leather even if even if there is a leathery nuance in a fragrance. But as far as this fragrance goes, I cannot detect any leather in a space. Maybe like if you tried, you might detect leather. Not for me. And of course, there is, after a very long time, after this fragrance has settled on your skin for at least a couple of hours, you will definitely see some very nice, clean, variable, sticking to your skin musk. I think musk is so very important in today's perfumery. Like there is you can hardly make, well, I think like, it depends on the perfumer, of course, but I think if I were a perfumer, I would always use musk and as one of my main ingredients to be used as a base note of my fragrance, because like it does no harm to your fragrance. It increases the skin life of your fragrance. It makes your fragrance so variable. It makes it cleans it up, and it just amps up the other notes as well, you know, it's because the musk in there is gonna prolong the life of the amber, the woods, the rose, and the oud present in this fragrance. So that's that. So that is what I detect, or that is what I get from this fragrance. Is this fragrance unique? If you don't wanna, I'm asking you if you wanna ask me if this fragrance is unique or not. Well, if you don't wanna smell like every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there, this fragrance is for you, 100%. You put this on, there would hardly be anybody around you who's gonna smell like this. Okay, so a very unique release from Montale. Even though this was released, I think 6 years ago, I don't think this is a very popular fragrance. So this is a must try. Would I blind buy it? No, I would not blind buy it. I don't think anybody could blind buy any fragrance from Montale, because most of their fragrances are, you know, like, at least to me, they're rather hit or miss. So I would, of course, I would definitely try to sample it first, you know, like maybe just decant it like 5 or 10 mils, give it a full wearing, and then you can build your decision about it. When would you wear it? You can always wear it, you know, like in the colder days, like cool autumn days, cool fall days. Winter is perfect for this fragrance. Even, you know, like early or late spring should be perfectly fine. I personally won't wear this fragrance, you know, like in the middle of June or July. Again, depends on you. You can literally wear whatever you want, whenever you want, with whatever clothing you want. Totally your choice. But I would rather refrain from wearing this fragrance, you know, like in very hot days. So that's that. So let me know if you have any questions about this fragrance. Let me know whenever you try it. Let me know if your review is similar to mine, like how I feel about this fragrance, if it is completely different. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the week. You have a fantastic Christmas and an even more awesome Happy New Year. Bye bye.